Hello, Mr. Brooks here. I'm going to quickly show you guys how to set up a graph like this one on your own for this lab. What we want is a force versus distance graph. This will tell us a lot about our spring. So watch as I go through. Here we have a nice data table of all of our information that we should be getting. Notice how I have everything with the units, so I kind of know what I'm looking at, and so does your teacher. So let's start with a new sheet. I'm only going to put in 2 columns here just to save some time. So we are going to have our distance in meters. And next to that we are going to have our weight, otherwise known as our force, in newtons. So the distance, or how much the spring has been compressed, I'm just going to make up some numbers. We'll go with 0.04, 0.08, 0.1, or 0.12, 0.16, and 0.2. Right, there's 5 data points there. And the weight, we'll go with 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 newtons. So when we set up our graph, what you want to do is highlight the 2 rows that you want to be graphed. So notice I have the distance and the weight, just the numbers highlighted. Go up here, click Insert. We want to insert a chart. And then up here where these tabs are, you want to click on Chart. We're doing XY scatter, and you want to click on the colored one. So we're going to have a scatter chart that looks like that. Go ahead and insert it. I find it easier to move the chart so I can look at my data at the same time I'm looking at the chart. There's a few things that we want to do from here. First, we want to change the chart title so it describes what you are looking at. So this is going to be a force versus distance graph. We want to add in a trend line. Let's try that again. Force versus distance. Make sure you hit enter and it should change. We want to add in a trend line. We also want the graph to start from the origin 0, 0. We are going to add in labels for the axis, for the y-axis, and for the x-axis. To do all of that, you can either right-click on the chart and go to Advanced Edit, or you can click here on this down arrow and go to Advanced Edit. Either one will work. Again, you could also change the title here if you would like. As you go through here, there's going to be a few different options. One of the first options you will hit is the axis horizontal. We want the title. So across the x-axis we want distance. And again, put the units so that everybody knows what you're working in. From the drop-down menu, change it from horizontal to left vertical. This is your y-axis. And on the y-axis we have our force in newtons. We scroll down and we see series. Here's where we add the trend line. So have the series, the data series 1, and where it says trend line none, click on that, you get the drop down menu, and we want a linear. From the linear, the label, instead of having it custom, we want it to be the equation. This is going to give us the equation of the line y is equal to mx plus b. With that equation, we can learn more about the spring. We're almost done. The last thing we want to do is set this axis so that we go through the origin. So what we need to do is go back up to the left vertical axis, and we want a minimum of 0. That should fix it for us, and there it is. And you can also have the choice to change this legend. I personally don't like how the equation is broken up, so I'm just going to put it inside, and now you see that the equation is right here. 50x minus 4.41 times 10 to the negative 15th is the equation of the line. Go ahead and click update, and there we have it. Your graph is done, and you are ready to move on.